Dear students, welcome to digital learning platform of Department of College Education. We have been discussing the concept of compound interest and its applications in the previous sessions. So in this session, we shall discuss the concept of compound interest with respect to nominal rate of interest and effective rate of interest. So the prerequisites of this session are the concept of interest, principal and amount, formula for computing the compound interest, A equals P into bracket 1 plus R divided by 100 raised to N, where P is the principal, R is the rate of interest per annum, and N is the period in years. And A represents amount. To compute compound interest, we deduct principal amount from the amount. So A is amount, P is principal, A minus P is compound interest. So nominal and effective rates of interest. In the previous examples and in all the problems we discussed in the previous sessions, the interest was calculated on yearly basis. That is, the interest was compounded annually. However, in practice, it is not necessary that the interest be compounded annually. Interest may be compounded annually, semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, fortnightly, or weekly. So, the period at the end of which the interest is compounded is called as the conversion period. So, if you compute or if you compound annually, then number of conversion periods in a year will be only one. If you compound semi-annually, that is half yearly, then number of conversion periods will be 2. If you compound quarterly, that is once in 3 months, number of conversion periods will be 4. And if you compound monthly, that is at the end of each month, then number of conversion periods in a year will be 12. So if you compound the interest more than once a year, then the effective rate of interest for the year will be more than the actual rate per annum. But if interest is compounded annually, effective interest rate for the year will be equal to actual rate or the nominal rate of interest per annum. So therefore, effective rate can be defined as the equivalent annual rate of interest compounded annually if the interest is compounded more than once a year. So formula for computing the effective rate of interest is E equals into bracket 1 plus R divided by 100 raised to N minus 1, where N is the number of conversion periods in a year, R is the rate of interest per conversion period, and D is the effective rate of interest. And to compute amount and compound interest, when interest is compounded more than once a year, is A equals P into bracket 1 plus R divided by 100 raised to N. This is the same formula we used in case of compound interest, but the only change is here, there the N was period in years, but now N is number of conversion periods. Okay, similarly the R in case of compound interest, it was rate of interest per annum, but now R is rate of interest per conversion period, and A and P are amount and principals respectively. And similarly CI equals A minus P. A is amount, P is principal, CI is the compound interest. Let us understand the effective rate of interest with an example. Rupees 6,000 is invested in a term deposit scheme that fetches interest at 6% per annum, compounded quarterly. What will be interest after 1 year? What is the effective rate of interest? So here conversion, they have said the compounding is done quarterly. So therefore number of conversion periods in a year will be 4. So here principal amount is 6,000, rate of interest is 6% for the whole year, number of conversion periods 4. So rate we have to divide it by number of conversion periods. That means 6 divided by 4 equals 1.5% per conversion period, and n is 1 year, and number of conversion periods in a year are 4. That means number of conversion periods are 4. So n is 4. What is the compound interest? What is the effective rate of interest? So to find out compound interest, we have to first find out amount. So A equals P into bracket 1 plus R divided by 100 raised to n. So A equals 6000 into bracket 1 plus 1.5, which is the rate of interest per conversion period, divided by 100 raised to n. N is the number of conversion periods. 1 year into 4 conversion periods, 4 is the n. So 6000 into bracket 1.5 divided by 100 plus 1 is 1.015 raised to 4. So now if apply laws of logarithm, log A equals log of 6000 plus 4 into log of 1.015. So log A equals log for 6000 is 3.7784 plus 4 into log of 1.015 is 0.0064. So 4 into 0.0064 is 0.0256 plus log of 3.7782 is 3.8038. So log A equals 3.8038. Now in order to find out A, you have to reconvert this log value into real number or anti-log value. So therefore A equals anti-log of 3.8038. So A is 6365. Here the anti-log value for 0.8038 is 6365. Here the characteristic is positive and it is 3. So number of integral digits in the result will be 4. So that means the result is 6365.00. Now compound interest equals amount 6365 minus P 6000. Compound interest equals rupees 365. Now finding out effective rate of interest. Here A equals 1 plus R divided by 100 raised to n minus 1. So A equals 1 plus R is the rate of interest per conversion period is 1.5, and n is 4 conversion periods in a year into 1 year, which is 4. So 1 plus 1.5 divided by 100 raised to 4 minus 1. So equals 1.015 raised to 4. This means 1.015 has to be multiplied by itself 3 times. So 1.015 into 1.015 into 1.015 into 1.015. This equals 1.0614 minus 1. So effective rate of interest is 0.0614. If you need it in percentages, you have to multiply this 0.0614 by 100. So effective rate of interest is 6.14%. Similarly, with the help of effective rate of interest, you can find out amount and compound interest. So find amount and compound interest on rupees 9600 in 4 years at 12% per annum, compounded half yearly. So here compound periods is once in 6 months. That means number of conversion periods in a year will be 2. So rate of interest we have to divide by number of conversion periods, and we have to multiply period in years with the number of conversion periods. So here P is rupees 9600, R is 12 divided by 2 6, and N is 4 into 2 8. So P is 9600, R is 12 divided by 2, because compounding is done half yearly, so number of conversion periods are 2. So R 12 divided by 2 6, N is 4 years, number of conversion periods is 2 in a year, so 4 into 2 8. Question mark is amount and compound interest. So A equals P into bracket 1 plus R divided by 100 raised to N. So A equals P 9600 into bracket 1 plus 6 divided by 100 raised to 8. A equals 9600, 6 divided by 100 is 0.06 plus 1 is 1.06 raised to 8. If apply laws of logarithm, then log A equals log of 9600 plus 8 into log of 1.06. So log of A equals log of 9600 is 3.9823 plus 8 into log of 1.06 is 0.0253. So log A equals 3.9823 plus 8 into 0.0253 is 0.2024. So 3.9823 plus 0.0224 is 4.1847. Now to find A, we have to reconvert log A value into antilog value. So antilog of 4.1847 is antilog value 4.1847 is 1530. Since here the characteristic is positive, number of integral digits will be 4 plus 1 5. So amount is 15,300.00. Compound interest is 15,300 minus principal 9,600. Compound interest is 5,700. So amount and compound interest are rupees 15,300 and rupees 5,700 respectively. These are the references I have used for making this presentation. Thank you.